beast, wanna see some more? You wanna try to beat the force, I wanna try to defeat the law. You wanna be with me, of course. Show you look a beast, wanna see some more? See some more, see some more, see some more, see some more. Soul gonna rise when I leave this corpse. Show you look a beast, wanna see some more? See some, see some. I never mind if people change. I wanna try and heal my pain. How do you buy what can't be sold? How can you lie to me in my face, in my face, in my face, in my face, in my face? That's how still gonna keep the torch. Show you look a beast, wanna see some more?
Just a little ways east from the nation's political arena, we're in a much different type of arena here. Northwest Stadium in Landover, Maryland. Cairo Santos out for the opening kick. And off we go from Northwest Stadium. It's Deebo Samuel with the return. He's got a lane up past the 30. Great vision, gets him across midfield. I don't think they're going to catch him. He makes it in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders take a 6-0 lead in the first quarter. Deebo Samuel, the touchdown. The advent of a new style of kickoff in 2024 created all sorts of new strategies to generate big returns. And Brock, here we see their own design executed to perfection to spring them for 6.
Yeah, I don't know if we've seen a rule change that has invigorated special teams coaches, head coaches, all the coaches, as much as this one did this offseason, each looking for their own wrinkle to try to throw in there and do what we just saw, break it the length of the field for 6 big points.
So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Williams starting with a pass here. And his first pass falls incomplete. Roma Dunze, the intended receiver. So 2nd down coming up. Working from the gun, Williams. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Might just be a little late to get the ground game going, opening up this game with back-to-back passes. But when you come out of the gate slow and you put yourself behind the sticks, you really don't get into that rhythm you want to find early.
3rd and long for him here. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
It's a nice running on that return. He gets it up past the 35. Found some space, ended up with 18 on that return. And the Commanders will go on offense. 1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he stopped after running it up across the 45 to the 46. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2. Another carry for him. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
First and 10 now. Here's Daniels. Escapes the pocket. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
On second and 10 now, Daniels. All in left side. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. They're now set for first and 10. Out of the gun, Daniels. That's complete. McLaurin along the sideline. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Again, Daniels to the air. Setting up the running back screen. And it looks like he went out of bounds right at that 7-yard line.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Pushing for the end zone, and he lost the football. It's not loose. And Washington finishes the return to the end zone. Touchdown. The Commanders picked up the fumble and ran it home. Deebo Samuel, the touchdown. Seibert's able to connect on that extra point. And the Commanders drive out to an early 14-0 lead. It's all lined up. Seibert now ready to send this flight. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Williams from the gun. It's taken in by Rome Odunze. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. First down, Williams. Hits his target, that's DJ Moore. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. The end result there, 15 yards and a first. Out of the gun, here's Williams. Finds his running back, DeAndre Swift. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground.
That's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Sticking in the air, it's Williams. Swift hauls it in. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Williams to throw on third. Taking his shot, deep down the field it goes. Intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
Not a lot of one-play swings bigger than that one right there. That throw looked destined for 6, and instead, it gets intercepted by the defense. The only way to get bigger is if he somehow returned it 100-plus yards for 6 the other way. But what a gigantic swing of emotion.
Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10.
Here we go, set.
Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Defensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
Daniels from the pistol. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. They send him left out of the slot. Second down and 10. Daniels. He's going to try to drop it in deep right. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's third down. Whew, very fortunate that didn't go as a turnover. So they're left facing third and long.
Let's go.
From the gun, it's Daniels. And they get there to touch him down, Brock, but a big gain on that play.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1. First carry now for Austin Eckler. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. Second and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical third down.
Third and short, Daniels. He's on the move. Ooh, put some heat on that one, Brock, but it falls incomplete. Looking for the back that time. And that leaves them with 4th and 5.
So many coaches love third downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these third downs.
Online, but not enough juice. It's no good short. And the lead stays frozen at 14.
Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
The Bears with some nice field position as they get set. 1st and 10. Now here's DeAndre Swift on the ground. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Give that tackle to Johnny Newton. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. And time runs out before they get the snap off. That's the end of 1. It's a 2-score game early. We're back to Northwest Stadium right after this. We're back and all set for the second quarter. Bears football. They have 2nd and 9 for their first play. Here's Williams. Has his man, it's Swift. Good little rip there, looks like about 6. Tackling like his dad, Joey Porter Jr. making that play.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler. Gets himself into rhythm, and I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
And they're going to bring him down at the 36. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that's good for a Bears first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Williams to throw on first. And he can't make the hook up on the deep ball. That's incomplete. Not on the same page with his tight end. And now it's second down. Williams set to pass. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along your route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
He's trying to push the field. And they can't connect on the third down deep shot. Love the courage they had to try it. But it's incomplete, and now we've got fourth down.
That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, they just couldn't quite hang on.
Online, but not enough juice. It's no good short. And that's going to keep the difference at 14 points. Commanders starting out in a good spot this drive as they get set. First and 10. Lone back gets the handoff. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
In a good spot here, second and inches. Here's a quick pass to the right side, cut. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that'll be good for a Washington first. Play fake here, Daniels. Throwing deep for the end zone. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got second down.
Boy, this is really great defense to deny a big play and make them work for the touchdown. If they want to reach the end zone, they have to scrap and fight through them.
Second and 10 now. The Bears close it in, and they'll get him. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
When nothing opens up, that becomes a pretty clear throwaway spot. I mean, that is textbook throwaway spot right there, Kate. Get outside the box, chuck it into the third row, and avoid exactly what happened right there. Because now third down is so much harder.
Let's see what they went with on third down. The Bears decide to call their first time out. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. This offense looking to convert as they come up on third down. Shotgun snap to Daniels. He gets this one to McLaurin. So 3rd and 16, no problem for him as they get the first.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably and then go to work after.
Daniels on first down. And they will score. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders take a 20-zip lead. Terry McLaurin with the touchdown. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate. You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
That one right down the middle. And the Commanders stretch their lead to 21. It's all lined up. Seibert now ready to send this flying. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Williams to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Take a look at that scoreboard, and you just can't go backwards. If you're going to close this gap, you've got to stay on schedule. Had a hard time doing so with a double-digit deficit.
Another try following the sack. Complete over the middle. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
Third down. Here's Williams. Hits him on the out route. This gets the 1st and more. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. This play goes for 36. And that's a Chicago 1st down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Komet's got it, left side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And now they have a 1st and goal. Running with Swift out of the gun. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. Nothing doing that time, and it leaves them on 2nd and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on 1st down. More to come.
We've hit the 2-minute warning now from the nation's capital. The Bears working here. Third and goal, it's Williams. Chased out to his right. And the Commanders get home, they drop him. And that sack gonna cost them some yardage.
Okay, it's pretty clear, isn't it? It's this constant pressure that this defense has imposed on this offense to keep them out of rhythm and build up this lead. This offense is not gonna author a comeback if this quarterback continues to run for his life.
On 4th down, it's Williams. And it falls incomplete. And a surprising 4th down call does not yield a 1st. This doesn't get there. It's a turnover on downs. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Daniels. He puts some air under a deep throw to the left. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
On 2nd and 10 now, Daniels finds him over the middle. And he's brought down. They're spotting this one right at the 20.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Timeout Chicago. It uses its second. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call's going to be on 3rd down.
Hold it ready. Let's go.
A tight end in motion now. Now Daniels off the play action. Looking. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. The Commanders ready for the punt. And we'll see how his debut offering goes. He punted a couple of times last week in their loss, and now gets this one away. And a sure-handed play there in the rain. He brings in the fair catch without a problem. So no return on that punt. And it's going to be Bears football. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Working from the gun, Williams. Able to get it to Moore. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
1st down, Williams. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Just couldn't find Romadunze there. So it's 2nd down coming up.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Williams thrown again here on 2nd down. Moore's got it. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. The Bears going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. First down throw by Williams. Komet brings it in. And he'll be out of bounds right along the 20. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's good for a Bears 1st down. Sticking in the air, it's Williams. He's got it at the 6. And he almost gets to the 5. He's out at the 6. 4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Out of the gun, here's Williams. Oh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. And the Commanders get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. Inside the red zone, they could feel how tight they were to the goal line. And then bam, Brock, they're off the field after a clutch interception.
I tell you what, football's the ultimate team game, but this is a situation where an individual picks up all 10 of his guys out there on the field. Somebody else is going to pick up the tab at dinner tonight for him.
It's 1st and 10 for their final drive of the half. We've got 23 seconds remaining. Yep, as expected, they go to the ground to start this one off. And he takes a shot near the marker, but it looks like he still has enough for that 1st down. It's a pickup of 11, and the Commanders will have a 1st. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. It's all lined up. Seibert now ready to send this flight. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Here's Swift to start the drive. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Williams from the gun. Swift hauls it in. And he's brought down after a short gain.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. And one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Out of the shotgun, a give to Swift. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Tackled on the play by the rookie out of Ole Miss.
When you don't have great success on first down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune third down situation.
And for the Commanders, a 5th defensive back out there. They're going nickel on 3rd down. Now here's Williams. That throw finds Komet. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. So early movement from the backfield, Brock. They've jumped the gun a bit, and that brings out the flag. They're set back 5 by that false start. Now 15 yards to the marker. Now Williams. Completed here to Komet. And he gets him around 6 there. Peyton Wilson getting there for the stop.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Has his man, it's Swift. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Williams to throw on first. Escapes the pocket. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as a QB, and it gave him just enough room to run.
From the 19. He's got him, that's Swift. And he stopped cold Tackled at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that first down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Williams will look to throw. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. With third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Second and manageable. He's throwing. And he'll score. Touchdown, Chicago! The Bears cut into the lead coming out of halftime. DJ Moore, the touchdown. Now Cairo Santos on to add the PAT. Extra point sent in through the rain. And the Bears get it back to a 14-point game. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Samuel now to return it. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. They're out and set, 1st and 10. It's an option right that begins this drive. He's got a gain of 6 there. Jalen Johnson with the stop. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
The difference right there, Kate, between that gain and a big hit for a loss is really quick decision-making. He made a quick read, saw the running back was going to get hit if he handed it, and he pulls it himself for a positive gain.
Shotgun snap to Daniels. He puts some air under it. Full extension, and he brings it in. A pickup there of 39. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
Just about every offense since the beginning of time, since the forward pass, Kate, has loved a tight end that could stretch the middle of the field. Man, I remember as a kid watching Kellen Winslow Sr. dice up right here between the hashes. And what a difference it can make for an offense.
They'll cobble together a yard there. Hit made by T.J. Edwards. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9. Tight end in motion right. From the gun, it's Daniels. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Jalen Johnson with the pick. And the Bears are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Well, Brock, they left the locker room in front. Great position to be in, right? But a shaky start to half number 2 with that interception right there.
We know that no lead in this league is safe ever, ever, ever. A 1-point lead, something that looks insurmountable. They all seemingly come down to the final possession anyway. And with a whole half of football left, you just can't give away too many possessions like that.
Throwing from the gun here. And it doesn't fall into the breadbasket. Incomplete pass.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Here's Williams. Complete out to the right side. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one.
Translatable skills. That's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
Williams to throw on third. Forced out to his right. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of fourth down.
These quarterbacks are so good with their clock in their head between the tackles. But you get outside the pocket, and you've got to have that same ability. If you hesitate for a second, the defenses with their speed at this level, they'll find a way to bring you to the ground.
Williams throwing on fourth. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. They'll motion him out of the backfield. On first down, here's Daniels. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it second down.
Well, the pressure, boy, that sped that whole play up, and it opened up a wide range of outcomes. A hurried throw almost ended up an interception, and that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind the line for a sack.
On the move. Oh, he lost the football. And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play. And they stop him before he gets much on the return. A nice takeaway to end that third quarter, and they're going to have a new possession waiting to start the fourth. The Bears have the ball, and they're going to need to score. They come in trailing. They're set up at the 35 now. First down, Williams. That's into the hands of Moore. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Second down now, 7 to go. Working from the gun, Williams. Completed over the middle. They touch him down, but a great pickup, and it's good for a first.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
First down throw by Williams. Has him on the quick hitter. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. Sticking in the air, it's Williams. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces third down.
I'm just going to say maybe not the guy you want to pick on in coverage on this particular series. Gets a hand on that throw and knocks it away. The next time, well, he could get 2 hands on it and take it the other way.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Out of the gun, here's Williams. Complete beyond the marker. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's a Chicago first down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Williams from the gun. Buys time, rolling right. Throw came out wide as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Williams throwing again here on second down. He's on the move. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Picked off by Joey Porter Jr. And the Commanders are going to have it after his second interception of the season.
I don't know about you, but I'm a little surprised that one didn't make it all the way back for 6. Took some amazing effort from the guys making the tackle to save a touchdown, but still an outstanding return from a defense that sensed they needed the big play, and they found it.
Tight end in motion left. This is hauled in by McLaurin. And he's tackled for a short gain.
You know, kid, over the years, I have heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Second and 8. Completed to his running back. And he's out of bounds inside the red zone, just short of the 15.
You know, these running backs today, they are so versatile. It doesn't matter if they're running it, or in this case, same principle applies on routes out of the backfield. You don't get somebody close to him, that throw is headed his way.
From the gun, here's a handoff. And he's stopped out at the 16 after a small gain. Just 1 yard there. Now a tough call to make on 4th and short inside of field goal range. Now Daniels to throw. He finds him beyond the marker. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. They come through with 6 yards there, Brock, and they're rewarded with a new set of downs. They'll try and punch it in. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker.
I know exactly what the quarterback was envisioning when he let that one go. Touchdown, baby. Not long after, I know exactly what he was thinking. Oh, no! Give me that one back, because the coverage baited him perfectly into that throw, and even more so, picked it off.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Kate, I can already read the headlines tomorrow. This offensive line can't protect. This offensive line. But it's more than that. When you give up 5 sacks in a game, it's a complete breakdown of everybody offensively. Play caller, quarterback, offensive line. Yeah, they're going to have to regroup and figure out how to protect this quarterback first and foremost.
After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. He's got him, that's Swift. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Couldn't find DJ Moore on that throw. And now they're staring at 4th and long. Williams will look to throw. He lets a heater go deep, middle of the field. And on 4th down, that one won't work. It's incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. This one's caught. And he's in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders making a 3-score game in the 4th. So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock. Getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown.
Yeah, such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s where we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners, but be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game. That's well done.
It's all lined up. Seibert now ready to send this flight. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. To throw, Williams. Finds him over the middle. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
From the 36. We've hit the 2-minute warning here in D.C. Bears hoping to make it look a little better before time runs out. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. That's caught for the 1st. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Williams to throw on 1st. Swift hauls it in. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
Has his man. It's Swift. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
Hey, Kate, you know this from covering the Seahawks, calling their preseason game. When Pete Carroll was there, if he said it once, he said it 100 times. Stay on top, stay on top, stay on top. You'll give up a short little out route like that, but just stay on top of the deep threat.
3rd down. Here's Williams. And they pick him off again. Picked up by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Commanders take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. Well, Brock, it has been a special day for this defense when it comes to forcing turnovers. Big play after big play, and that is their 4th interception of this contest.
Special for the defense and an absolute nightmare for a quarterback. 1 interception it sticks with you all week long. But throwing 4, he probably wishes he could be anywhere else on earth other than this field right now.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Robinson on the inside give. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down. To score this as a win for the Commanders. And we know how rain can wreak havoc at any moment on a football field, but they didn't let that stop them today. They played their game.